Good evening, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll follow small introduction and welcome address. Kavya, over to you.
A very warm evening to one and all present here. Hope you all are safe. We are really glad to come up with a new initiative Know How, which is gonna be a series of knowledge sharing sessions in the cybersecurity domain to educate others, spread awareness, and bring out new opportunities to beginners by VR Plymouth's Chennai chapter. Our goal is to bring out as many security researchers as possible and give clear guidance in the cybersecurity domain. Thank you everyone for showing up today and we really appreciate your interest. As we will be conducting knowledge sharing sessions like this in the upcoming days, we kindly request you to show your support. Today, we are back with an interesting webinar on the topic Weaponizing Showdown for Fun and Profit. Now, I take immense pleasure in welcoming the speaker for today, Mr. Jayaseelan, who is a security researcher and also the core lead of VR Plymouth's Chennai chapter. He is talented and has a keen interest in ethical hacking. His works have got recognition in top companies and has also got the Hall of Fame in companies like BBC, BlackBerry, Sony, and many more. Jayaseelan has also registered a CVE for a product under his name. He is proficient in domains like red teaming, mobile and web application security, and network security, and is always eager to share his knowledge with others. We are grateful to welcome you, and now the session is all yours.
Yeah, thank you, Kavya. Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, let's get started, guys. Yeah, today we're going to hear about the topic like weaponizing showdown for fun and profit. I'm Jaiseelan. As I already said, Kavya has already told me about lots of things about me. Okay, let's get started directly. Okay, a small introduction again for me about me. I'm co-lead at Via Plymouth Chennai chapter. I'm also a bug hunter, part-time bug hunter. I'm main areas of focus are in like offensive security and like I am working as a security researcher in a private company. Also, my areas of interest are in mobile and web application testing. Okay, like let's see today's agenda. We are see about Shodan 101, like introduction about Shodan, and we'll see about how Shodan works and but five basic fundamentals of search, how to search using Shodan, and what is Shodan, like how it works and all, and where the ways to access a Shodan, and live demo of how to do things. And also we'll see about how to using search using hashes. It's pretty big topic. Also, finally, we have a question time, so you can ask me questions in the final. If you have any questions, please be put in the chat box. I will be answering at the last. Okay, a small introduction about Shodan. For people you don't know about what Shodan is just a search engine. Okay, like you know Google and Yahoo, right? These are the search engines which are used to search web pages. Shodan is something similar to that, but it is what it searches is like internet connected devices, like what you are using like a mobile phone or something, and not such mobile phone routers and like nuclear devices, like and not those things at all. IoT devices. We are using like smart lamps, smart TVs, and many other things. These all things are connected somehow connected to the internet, right? Shodan is a search engine for that. It indexes all those things. Okay, let's see how all those things carry on. And what's the difference between a normal web engine like web search and a Shodan is that normal web search such as Google and Yahoo only indexes the Google web pages. Okay, you know the websites like google.com, yahoo.com, like you may Instagram or something. These things only with like what indexes the web pages. But the thing is that Shodan indexes all other stuff, like whatever the devices which is connected to the internet, it will list. Okay, let it be it's a small Raspberry Pi or something, from that to high level satellites connections and look, monitoring stations and like that. Even military devices are listed in Shodan. These are the main advantages of Shodan. Let's see how we can use it for our fun and profit in the field of cybersecurity. Yeah, for that let's see about one more thing and how it is working. the thing is that Shodan will have something called as crawlers. It is something which is you are also known by the name spiders or something, which will continuously search around the internet. Okay, whatever the devices which are connected to the internet, it will go and search across the internet. Once if it is find something, it will go to send a request to it, and then it will receive a banner. Shodan indexes all those banners and collects details about it. Consider you're having some devices connected, smart TVs connected to the internet. What the Shodan will do is Shodan will send a request to the smart TV and it will connect information. Okay, somehow like the smart TVs will somehow send the information to the Shodan crawlers, and it will show indexes the, and it will update in the index. This is how the Shodan works. What also how it is works is that it will scan for each and every addresses, not just a particular range of address, but it scans the whole internet, like the worldwide internet is scanned by using the Shodan. These are things which is very so time consuming, and it's not very easy to do. Okay, so Shodan what they are doing is that they are using a distributed network. Through that they are achieving this kind of things. Also, like it's up to, as I already said, there are nuclear power plants which are listed in Shodan. Okay, let's see how it goes. Yeah, as I already said, what is for people who don't know what is a banner or something, is that banner is something gives more information about your target. Okay, let's consider a web server or normal something. Whenever a web server sends a request, like it will receive all some kind of headers with the server information and other metadata information. These are called as banners. Yeah, as I already said, as Wikipedia says, banner grabbing is the art of gathering metadata and information about a system or a service. Yeah, that's the same principle Shodan uses here. Shodan uses a widely distributed banner grabbers, which are distributed among the worldwide. Okay, what they're doing is they have a centralized amount of decentralized multiple crawlers running across all other open sites and open ports on all other stuff. This is the thing carried on by Shodan. For your information, there are how much big is the Shodan crawlers are. There are around these many numbers of IPv4 addresses of address space in the world. Okay, Shodan lists all those things, not just the IP addresses in a single port, but it also scans all other ports. 65535 ports are scanned by the Shodan. This is how you can imagine how long it will take and how much tedious process is that. Yeah, that's how the Shodan works. It's basically a distributed banner grabbing service which roams around the internet for gathering information and other stuff. Yeah, for example, this is some kind of banner. Okay, like this is some kind of information you will be getting when you made a connection using a curl or something. This is the kind of information you'll be getting. Shodan is it's for a single port and a single IP address. But what Shodan does is Shodan is doing for all of the ports, 65535 ports in the internet, and all of the IP address. It will go on running, and these kind of things is done by Shodan. So imagine how complex is that. Okay, let's see some technical topics, like technical things, how the Shodan works. It's for people who will be more curious how it will working. It is a large, it has a large number of data set, like through which it is indexes daily. Okay, like it will be running, the crawlers are running 24/7 in a like wide range of locations. Let's see how the crawlers work. Okay, at first, what will we do is the Shodan crawler will generate a random IP address in the IPv4 or IPv6. Okay, it will generate some random address, and what then it will do is it's not just incrementally doing the scanning thing, but rather than what it will do is it is generating some random IP address, and it will be generating some random port to test. Once the random port is generated through Shodan, and it will be automatically going to the scanning and banner grabbing service. It will continually doing for all other things. Some random IP address will be generated at first, and then some port will be also generated from a list of ports 655 from the 65535 port, some random port and random IP address. It will be continuously doing. This is the work of Shodan crawler. This is how the Shodan gathers information about our target or something. Okay, let's move on. Okay, it's not just banner grabbing. Shodan, as I already said, Shodan is a distributed banner grabber service, but it's not just that. It's just more than that. Okay, what they are doing is that it will gather more information as possible they could. Okay, what they are doing is they'll also gather information about the DNS records, host names, ASN number, what a host name is that, like some google.com or something like that. It's called a host name. Okay, ASN number is an autonomous system number. It will be assigned to some IP address space. If you own an IP address or something, it will be assigned to some ASN number. It will be useful for identification purpose. Okay, it will be used more in bug bounties, like not just bug bounties. In penetration testing and all, you will be more using more these kind of things. Your company, for example, you are working at a Google. You need to know about things like ASN or some. What are the ASN space used by Google? Then you can easily find the host of the Google owned services. This is the way ASN works. And Shodan gathers all other things such as ISP details, how much time the IP is up, and how much time this devices is turned on or something like that. There are not just these things. It will be also gathering more than that. It will be gathering a geolocation of the service, where its IP is originating from, and latitude and longitude location, and many other details. Even it, to be more frank, like it also gather all the HTML details. Okay, like if you're visiting a web page, it will gather HTML contents of the page, so for monitoring purpose and other stuff. So how much you have to see how much great is this. It's one of the interesting service to use. As I already said, it also gathers SSH properties, SSL properties, the certificate and certificate authority, who provided the certificate and how much long it will be valid, and the public keys and other stuff. These are the things this Shodan is gathering in the background. And these crawlers are working 24/7 in the worldwide locations to gather these things for us, so that we don't have to do anything at all. This is how Shodan works. Hope everyone understand. I think, yeah, let's get started. If you guys have any doubt in this, please let me know, or like move to the next part.
Jaisil, there are few questions in the chat section. If you want to answer now, you can answer, or in the end of
okay, like I will check. Okay, is Shodan free? Yeah, it's completely free for normal users. For if you are a student or like educational professional, you will be having academic account for free. It will be have more limit and more usage quota than this. And what are the questions? Yeah, what is the difference between free and paid? Yeah, free Shodan will give access to a low number of things, like low search results and like that. You will be having some limits, okay, in free account. And in a paid account, there will be more you can do. There is also paid account, and there is also enterprise account, like through which you can like monitor even for like vulnerabilities and stuff. So it will be more useful if you are working in an enterprise or something. It would be better to get an enterprise edition of Shodan. Okay. Exploiting the server available on Shodan is illegal. Yes, absolutely. Unless or until you have permission to test on something, it's absolutely illegal. Okay. Shodan is nothing but it's like worldwide collecting of information. Okay. If you don't have any access to anything, don't touch anything. That would I will say, because like sometimes you may not know what's happening in there. Whose IP is who's the host of the, say, who's the owner of the host. In these types, or you don't need to do anything in that IP addresses or something. Even if you find some vulnerabilities in these, don't ever try to exploit or something, because it may put in your legal risk. Okay, like, can we automate Shodan recon? Yeah, absolutely, you can automate it. They are having an API key. Can you show live? I will show live. Okay. Sure. Okay, like I think that's it. We'll continue. Okay. Yeah. Before that, I will give a small fundamental topic. Okay, like for how to search in Shodan. Okay. Shodan is something which as I already said, it's similar to a Google or something, but it's completely different in a sense that it will not just search the web page, but it all searches all the nodes and all the internet connected devices. So you need to have some like different kind of keywords to search in. That's how you can utilize the maximum potential of Shodan. Shodan does not search only the metadata or something, and like if you use appropriate filter, it will be also searching more than that. Whatever the data they are gathering, you can search is using the filters. Okay, let's see. Initially, like when you search as a normal user, what you do is if you type the search bar and search, if you do like that means it will just search for the under text. Okay, if you, in order to utilize more the potential of Shodan, you need to use something called as filters. I will explain what the filters are. Just a minute. Yeah, filters are something, some keywords used by developed by Shodan developers in order to filter the data. Okay, like they are the crawlers crawl all over the internet and like gather lots and huge amounts of chunks of data. These data are indexed in their Shodan databases. These databases only getting access to us through this database only. We are getting access through the Shodan search. For that, they have something called as filters in order to like limit the results, right? In order to efficiently search, we need to use something called as filters. I will show a list of filters which is most widely used. There are many number of filters, not just these, and I will show you the basic things. Okay, at first, yeah, it's pretty much like self-explainable. Arc filter, like the arc filter is nothing but arc filter is something which you can use to search about like know about filter the results only on this organization. For example, consider these, or if you search like this organization.google.com, like organization.uber.com, or like organization. Like the hackaroon.com, like that. If you search like this, the results will be filtered based upon the organization, which the IP space is owned by the organization, and like that. This is the main thing you need to use these kind of filters. INET is a filter which is specific. If you give the IP space, it will show results in these IP spaces only. It will not go another IP space, and it will be useful mostly in your pen testing experience or something like that. Because in pen testing and all, you will be given a range of IP address to test on, like only owned by the company. You don't know which. Even if you search using sometimes org or some other keywords, you may miss. But if you use INET keyword, and it will be the results won't cross in the other than this IP space. So this is a good keyword to use in your pen testing or some other things you will do in your day-to-day experience, day-to-day work. For example, in bug bounty and all, like they will give some target in some open like so. Okay, like in some Uber and all, like they will be given whole target. Okay, like for that and all, you can use these kind of things. You have to find the IP address, like IP ranges of the companies, and that you need to use these filters. And then not just these filters, it's just a basic filters. After that, you need to simplify or filter the results. This way you can be more efficient in your workflow. Yeah. Next, some other filter is that OS. And OS is a filter which will be useful for filtering operating system. As I already said, it's a banner grabbing service, right? Like Shodan. Shodan is what it does is like Shodan will have all the headers. In the headers, many of the OS details will be leaked, such as like Windows or something like that, Windows IIS server, or like Ubuntu, or like any other thing, Raspberry Pi, any other thing. The OS or product details will be leaked in this. In order to filter based upon that, what you need to do is use these filters. Not just this, there is a filter called vuln, which you can use to search using the CVI IDs. Shodan lists this maximum number of CVI, not the newest one, like not everything, but most major CVEs are listed by Shodans. You can, in order to, if you want to filter the results by using CVE IDs, what you need to do is use the filter called vuln and enter the CVE ID like that, CV 2020-1237, like that. You need to enter it, and like it will be filtered based upon that. Also, one more thing is that Shodan is not just for, like as I said, it's also used for, it indexes the products such as your television or something, like your gaming PC, like gaming machine or something, Xboxes, and many other things are connected to internet right now, a smart bulbs or something. If you want to filter based upon the products, you need to use the keyword called products. Filter, okay. This is a keyword used to filter a specific product. Also, in order to filter based upon your HTTP title, the HTTP title is nothing but like the title shown here. Okay, in the top of the web page, you will be having something called as, for example, if you browse Google, the title will be Google or Google search or something. That is what is called as HTTP title. In order to, if you want to filter based upon that, you need to use a keyword called HTTP title. There are many more than that. I will be listing some basics keywords in order to for you to getting started in this. If you can Google or read the documentation of Shodan, there are many number of keywords are listed in this. Through that, you can like more efficiently filter out the results, and you will be get more exposure to Shodan, like how to use and like that. Yeah, as I already said, Shodan also lists the searches on the SSL certificate of the particular host. If the host having a SSL certificate installed in their service, like it will also searches. If you can also filter the result based upon that. For that, for example, if you consider a service provided by like Google or something, like a Zoho or something, they will be having many number of products, right? They will be installing their certificates in their client machine. In order to know what how like who which are the products which are own the SSL certificate, you can use the filter called SSL to filter out the results. These are some efficient ways. Even if you use SSL certificate, you need to mention the appropriate keyword and appropriate value in the place, organization or something. It will be filtering out based upon that only. So you need to very cautious how to use and all. It's like a trial and error method. That's how you use. Sorry. Okay. I hope everyone understand these keywords and search query fundamentals. Also, it's like normal. And also, I all use the Google Docs or something. I hope everyone will be using Google Docs or something. It's much similar to that. You can also use keywords such as or and, like logical keywords, right? Like if even in SQL you use, right? These kind of keywords can also be used to in Shodan also. If you want to remit some results, you can use the keyword. You can use a minus symbol to remove that particular keyword from your search result. Yeah, these are some things you need to learn and you need to practice on so that it will be more proficient on it. Okay, let's move to the next part. Okay, how you may have what is you're telling your Shodan is something called as a crawler or something. How we can access the database or something? Let's see how we can do it. There are three ways we can do it using a web interface. There is a website called as shodan.io through which we can access all those data sets collected by the Shodan crawlers. And another part of this is it's also run by Shodan only, like Shodan API. Shodan API is like it will be used for developers and other things who want to automate stuff. You can use a Shodan API to get the request and get the data sets. You can also bulkily download the data sets using the Shodan API and Shodan CLI. Through this, you can have control over your data. All of the all the data collected by the Shodan will be available to you in your hand step. These are three ways. Like web interface for normal users, like who want to get started and like have a visual experience. For Shodan API is for people who want to integrate into their applications or something. Shodan CLI is something if you want to have to download a large number of data about an organization or a particular keyword. For then you can use something called as Shodan CLI to download it. Okay, I think we can go to the demo time. Just a minute, I will share my screen as a whole. I hope everyone understand till now. If you have any questions, I will answer and then move to the. Okay. Okay, let's move just a minute to the practical session. I hope my screen is visible. Is it visible? Right. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, before that, some disclaimer to all you guys. All the upcoming demos are for like informational educational purpose only. I'm not responsible for your misuse of the given information. I'm just doing it for sharing of knowledge. Okay, so don't never ever try to use these things in real life experience or like for any other illegal purpose. Don't try to use it. I'm just showing you for like development, like educational purposes. Okay. As I already said, Shodan also used for list. Okay, Shodan is used for something called as like for also listing products and something. Okay, I will show an example for you. Yes. Yeah. We are filtering, as I already said, is one of the keyword is that HTTP title. Okay, we are filtering based upon this. Okay, the title is there is Tesla and energy. If you type energy, the same results will pop up. Okay, at first I will show you some basic information. Yeah, this org is a keyword used to filter like the assets owned by these organization. Yeah, I have given this. Let's wait for the results. Yes. Yeah. As you can see, these many number of results are there in the organization for Google. But most of the things is that you need to make sure that it's a Google user content, like it's content owned by the user. So don't try to do anything in this. Most of the time, I just have to showcase how the Shodan works in a basic, in a like more abstract manner. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do today. If you go for another organization such as Yahoo or something, yeah, see, you need to filter based upon this. If you give the exact word, like the results will be more accurate rather than these. If you give this, it will okay. See, it will be show only the assets owned by the Yahoo Japan. Many things are possible. Like for example, if you consider Sony or something, yeah. See how much assets are owned by the Sony. It's not the only way you can do. It's just a basic filter. You can add another filters like that HTTP or title and login or something in order to find something which will be used for login pages or something. It will filter the results. Okay, let's wait what pops up. See all the login pages of, sorry, we are just filtering based upon this title. Okay, title is nothing but what we get here. Okay, yeah, it's not working. Yeah, in the HTTP title, it's, I'm just saying it for beginner because there may be possibility that many may don't know what is a HTTP title is. That this is the way you can filter it. Also, let's see what are the things Shodan collects in general. Okay, as I already said, Shodan is collecting all the metadata information and other information about the host. Let's see. Yeah, the country the host is located in, the city, and who is the ISP of that particular IP address. And as I already said, ASN number. ASN number is something which is used to denote like the what to say. ASN number like yeah, it's used to denote the organization's IP space. This is the number which will be used to find out the organization IP space. Okay, autonomous system number. These are usually given to the ISPs and big corporations. Let's see what are the data they are collecting in. If you click the raw data here, you'll be having information what are the things the Shodan collects about this IP address. Let's see one by one. Yeah, as I already said, ASN number, the city the IP is located at, like in a country code. Let's just see it. I will tell why this will be useful in your development thing or like in your other things. it will be not useful for your web search, but if you use your developer API or something like Shodan CLI, this raw data will be very useful for passing the information. Let's see what are the things the Shodan has for a particular date, particular thing. Yeah, here we are having the header. What we are sending, what you are receiving. See, the request is 200. Okay, like it's sent by the Shodan crawler. We are not sending anything. It will be automatically sent by the Shodan crawlers and stored in a data set for us to see and like to collect info, to know more about the target. Before actually approaching the target, we can able to passively monitor all those things using Shodan, because we are not directly making a contact with the particular host or something. The Shodan crawlers are already making some connection with these host, and they will be collecting these kind of information. Let's see. The server is Vitara EMV web or something, some version kind of thing. And like, what's the content type? Oh. Yeah, we are also have the what is the main domain of this IP address. Yeah, one more thing is that favicon. For people who don't know what favicon is, that favicon is a small icon like in the top. Each and every website have something called as favicon. It's basically a shortcut icon like or a website icon in which it will be used for displaying. Okay, like as I already said, it's called as HTTP title. What's in this top? Then nearby to the there is one icon. This is called as favicon. This will be useful for identification purpose and like just for identification purpose most probably. Yes. As I already said, please make note of these things called as hash. I will be later explain what these hash are. Okay, in detail. Yeah. Each and every website something called as I said, each and every website in most websites will have something called as favicon. These favicon will be stored in the location called favicon.ico. For example, let us consider this. If you're going to google.com or something, yeah, there is something pops up here. Okay, where is the file comes from? Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is a small file, right? This is the what comes here. This is called as favicon. These much small details are collected by Shodan for us. Not just these things. Let's see the HTML content of the web page. Okay, see, they are collecting the whole HTML page of the target site. See the JavaScript and all of the stuff. The server information and all these things are collected by the things. Also the IP, like already I said, ISP details and other stuffs. Also they are collected by Shodan continuously. Yeah. Yeah. Another thing is that it's also collected the IP's latitude and approximate latitude and longitude location. It may not be like correct or something. It may be. It's based upon like the country and like that. You can get a rough idea how things work and where is this IP originated from. For these things, you can use this latitude and longitude addresses. Yeah. Another thing is that it will also have a database called vulns, where all of the vulnerabilities, like commonly found vulnerabilities, are listed. Okay, like I'll show you. Yeah, vulnerabilities are also passed by Shodan, and like they will be stored in a data set for us to use. We can see the SSL certificate thing. Yeah, here it's expired already from 2010. Fingerprint. Who is the issuer of the certificate? The certificate itself we have here. These kind of things are collected by Shodan. Okay. This is called as something called as banner. Okay, these are the things which are grabbed by Shodan crawlers. I hope everyone understood a little bit. Let's see some more example. Okay, let's come to this part. As I already said, like, this is some kind of websites. You will be normally, if you search in Google also, you'll be finding these kind of things. But we'll see some more things than that. Let's see some products web interface or something. It cannot be directly found in Google. Okay. These are the things. It's that is connected by Shoda power bank, like Shoda energy supply. These things. Most of the things are like registration incomplete. Like I have found something else in the beginning. Okay, that's all the same, I think. Okay. Yes. Here we can see something called as Tesla Power Pack system, which is not a normal website or something, which is some product. Let's see if it's working or not. Yeah, here you can see. It's owned by Tesla company. Some clients of Tesla company probably, like it's not maybe a customer instance or something. So let's see. It's not a normal site, okay? Like it's something the products are like connected to the internet, which exposes these things. These are not normal websites. These are some kind of products sold by Tesla, Tesla's charging station, I think so, like most probably. These are the things. Yeah. Not just these, many other things are there. We can do with Shodan. Let's say if you're hunting for some companies or something, you can use this keyword called organization. Yeah, as I already said, I will show about this ASN thing. There are many websites called as BGP. Through which we can, if you're so let's consider example called Sony. Yeah, these are the ASN numbers allocated to the each Sony corporations. Okay, there are many corporations in the name of Sony. Sony Interactive Entertainment, Sony Electronics, Sony Pictures. If you're, let's see, if you're working for a company called a Sony Media Services, then this ASN number will be allocated to this. All the IP spaces owned by this company. What we have to do is, you can also filter based upon these. For that, you can use some filter called as ASN. Let's see, is it working or not? Yeah, we can see all these things are comes under these IP spaces. Okay, this ASN number comprises of some kind of IP prefixes and so. See, these are the prefix owned by this ASN number. All the IPs in this all the IPs in these ranges are listed by using the single keyword ASN. You don't need to find what is the IP ranges and stuff. You need to find this just the ASN number, and you can base the filter based upon it. One more thing, I will show how to filter based upon ports and something. If you want to know about a particular port, there are many things. At first, you need to better use beta.shodan.com rather than normal shodan.com. In this, you can have many more functionalities than normal thing. You can have have a facet analysis, something called as this. You can filter based upon many criteria. Okay, based upon the ports which are open or something. Let's see what are the ports in. What is the port in 49? What it does is that it will be adding a filter called as, let's see what the filter is. It's just adding a port 49. Yeah. These are the hosts in this. Let's consider some big target or something. Okay. See how much ports are open right now in these IP spaces. If you want to filter based upon these, you can go to a specific thing. You can see, even have an overview of this. How much ports are open in these thing. See, in the port for 7547, there are around 36,712 numbers. In the port 80, there is around 5,047. And like similar to that, this will be useful for your recon technique or something. if you want, yeah, in the port there will be it's a login page of something VPN, I think so. Yes, Fortinet client, SSL VPN, probably. Yeah, this is the way you can find the host using Shodan. Before, without even doing anything in a recon or something, you are searching, okay, like you're not interacting with directly before even clicking this. You just even searching in the organization, in the port number, thus all the results are popping out. Shodan does all these things for you without even knowing. They are scanning in the background. Let's see how when the scan was done here. It was done in June 12th, I think so. Yeah, June 12th, the scan was done. This is the day which the crawler run on these particular port in a particular IP in the particular port. This is the thing we can info from this. I have something special for you guys, like more thing. Yeah. Let's see some example of wind turbines which are connected to the internet. Yes. As I already said, Shodan is not a search engine, normal search engine. It will be listing all other things in a whole. Let's see some real product for you. Yeah, here we can see it's a WinForm portal. It will be directly connected to the WinForms or something. I have something, wait a minute, to show you guys. Yeah. See, we can able to gather more information about this WinForm. What is the wind speed, current wind speed, all of the details are available through this portal. This portal cannot be normally listed in normal search engines such as Google or Yahoo or Bing or something. These search engines don't index these. They only index the normal web pages under the websites or something. They don't scan for IP addresses ranges. But Shodan is completely different. It scans for all of the IPs and all other ports. So you can gather more number of information through this. It will be much useful in your pen testing or something recon. Initial reconfiguration phase, it will be much helpful for you to have what idea, what are the what are the endpoints, like what are the initial attack vectors we have, what are the space we have for our initial pen testing, like pen testing thing. See, these are the things we have today. I'll show you some more things, interesting things. I'll show you some printers connected to the internet. See, the whole admin interface of the printer is directly shown for us. Okay, this thing is not, they're asking us to log in. But this is the way, like this is how you do a recon. But one more thing for your this thing, I'm not doing any like malicious activity through this, so it's better to not visit these kind of things. If you have absolute permission to test on something, you can proceed. For example, if the printer company, like if the organization which you are working has given you a written permission or something to test on, or if the companies have some policies or responsible disclosure or something like that, then you can test on. Without that, please don't do that, because it's completely illegal, and don't get caught on red hands or something. Yeah, I'm just showing you for how to do these things and all. In this, yeah, we can see wind turbines in the Shodan, 3D printers in Shodan. Yeah, well, let's see this thing. This will be quite interesting. It's a billboard, okay? Like billboards are also listed in Shodan. Billboard is nothing but like something called some advertisement panels or something in a big city or something. In modern cities and all, they will be used something called as billboards, in digital billboards, through which they will update what is to display in the screen. Let's see. some example for it. See, okay, it's not found. See, it's showing right now time. They are displaying this content in layer billboards. It's a Prism View player. Yeah, they are that. Maybe it's in some abroad countries or something. You can get an idea of how Shodan, how powerful the Shodan is. This is completely blank. Okay, I just want to give you an idea how Shodan works and like how things we can do stuff using this Shodan. Not just these, many of the MongoDB like databases are like leaked in Shodan. Not leaked in Shodan, it will be leaked in Wild. Shodan lists all those things for us. Let's see how. Yes. As I already said, we can filter using many kind of things. When we normally search without any filters, what it searches is that the text, the banner or some. If you want to search the metadata such as like this organization or something, you need to use filters such as org. If you want to search a particular port, you need to use a port, and many other stuffs you can do. If you want to filter the keyword like 200, okay, like it's filtering this. Let's see some databases which are open. Okay, it's not. See, many databases are like open in web. Also, I am repeating once again, it's just for your educational purpose. Don't try to log in or don't try to do anything with these things. So it will be get caught. You will be get caught. Then I can't do anything for this. I'm just showing for how to use this effectively in case for your internal internal pen testing or something like that. I'm just sharing it for your knowledge. Yeah, this is how things works. You can filter based on many other things, not just, yeah, as I already said, you can also filter based upon technologies or products. Nginx is a server. If you want a particular server in this IP range or something, like in this search, you just click this, it will be automatically filtered. Only the Nginx server will be shown. Yes, see, it will be filtering based upon the server header. This is how things works. Also, one more thing I will say, why it will be useful for you to use Shodan in sometimes if you find a vulnerability in a particular product, you can able to know how much products are there in the web. For example, if you want to find some instance, okay, Jenkins or something like that, you just give a search. Okay, it's not the correct keyword, I think so. Yeah, let's see. In these kind of things, you can, okay, it's not there. It's forbidden. Yeah. Okay, we'll try to filter using this keyword, X Jenkins. See, you can get around 85,000 results of Jenkins. There will be particularly more than that, but you can get an idea how much products are affected by these vulnerabilities. Let's say if you find a 0-day in some products or something, you can like know how much devices are there in the web. Also, it will be more useful for your research purpose and other stuff. This is the main use of Shodan, in my opinion. It's a very, very powerful tool. Make sure you use it wisely and not for any illegal activities. Then you are the only who is responsible and yeah. Not just these things, webcams and many other things also. I'm not showing you these things today. I'll just show the FTP server, some open FTP servers with anonymous login. Okay. Okay, like I will show something. You can just search for. There are many more things. You can like just search for port 21 in the whole web. how much ports are open in these things. You can see how much US has the maximum number of hosts, I think, in this thing. There is around like 18 lakh hosts in United States. This you can get an idea how much services are running in a port 20, like how much hosts are there in port 21. Like you may also know some different ports, like something like that 10.0443. See, many others have some different ports as 8080 or something like that. You can filter if you want to negatively filter like that. If you don't want some results to be 401 result status code or something, you just use the symbol called as negative minus sign. Then you can easily filter the results based upon this. Yeah, see. Also, another thing is that if you don't want the organization of Cloudflare or something, what you can do is you can put negative minus sign and org Cloudflare. You just use this keyword. See, the organization Cloudflare is completely gone right now. The results are filtered right now. This is how you can do things in using Shodan. This is a basic understanding. You can do much more than this, and just giving a basic overview of how to use Shodan in a proper way. Okay, I hope everyone understand up to this. Rakesh bro, can you read the questions? Yeah, like my computer was stuck in this. I was like stop in the middle.
Tushar Jadhav asked, "Sir, you said without permission we can't touch anything, but you scan this sites and all using Shodan. Is it illegal?"
Okay, like what the thing is that we are not scanning anything. Okay, Shodan does all these things for, like already it's done, because you are just seeing a scanned copy already. So it's not illegal to just view the Shodan's results. It will be illegal if you go to the website and like do stuffs which are not permissible.
And next, how people get sensitive information disclosure vulnerability using Shodan. Please put light on this.
Yes, sensitive disclosure is, it will be like a general concept. Okay, sensitive disclosure is like a where some information is disclosure. People basically put some random ports open in some websites. In some IP addresses, the company will be put some random ports open. Okay, through this, what we can do is there are many other possibilities for sensitive disclosure, because we cannot say particularly this is, if you go to this, the sensitive disclosure will be happen. You need to understand how the things works and how what are the products are there in the like IP ranges and what are the Shodan list outs. Using these only you can find out sensitive information. For example, like consider this. If you're scanning for this, okay, like we need to look out for some products or something used by this company. Then you need to check whether is there any like old version of softwares are running in this, or like is there any they are using any default password or something like that, or is there something they are like without authentication they are like allowing us to visit or something. There are many other cases of this. So you need to be content specific. Based upon the context, you need to find what are the ways you need to proceed. Also, I will show you one more method finally. Yeah, using favicon hashes. I already said there are many ways to use Shodan. One of the ways is using the hashes. As I already said, favicon is something like this. You will be having some icons like this. This is using this icon. This icon will be same for all of the sites. If you have the same icon for Google or something, Gmail like that, it will be like it will be surely for same all the hosts owned by the Google. So you can you filter based upon this. Let's see an example for this. Okay, this is the way you can find the hash using Python. You need to encode the response of the favicon as a base64, and like then you need to find the hash using this library. One more way you can do is that I'll show you how. Shodan does already all these things for you already. You can come to the raw data. You can see, yeah, this is the favicon data. If you see, there is a hash value. Okay, this is called as favicon hash. If you click on this, you'll see this favicon hash is owned by the only one this device. Let's see some wide targets. Okay, like some other things. Okay, let's go to this Jenkins. Yeah, this is the favicon. You can see this is the favicon data. This is the hash for this. I think it's so big. Yeah. When we click upon this hash, it will search for the hash across. Okay, here you can see there is around 60,000, 66,000, 60,000 hosts using the same favicon. So these are the ways you can find more number of hosts for your attack surface. Increase your attack surface. You can find which is the company owned this, like, because in EC2 instance you cannot find unless it's explicitly mentioned in the RDNS or something. So you need to be pretty clear which organization own this own this instance or something before getting into this. Also, one more thing, these organizations are mainly denoted the ISPs. So don't get like reporting bugs to the Amazon or something. They won't accept it because it's most of the things are owned by customers. Okay, so you need to be clear what are the IP ranges. You need to be more do research on these things, who own this IP and like that. Then only you can report it in a clear manner. I would suggest not go to this way. Better than using, like, if you have your company's IP ranges, use that using the INET or something, INET filter, and just proceed. Then proceed. For that, for example, if you use this, okay, if you use this prefix, yeah, the host will be shown only in this space. Sorry, there is no thing here. Okay, there is something. Okay. Okay, this is the way you can do. Just a minute. Okay, like it's taking. Okay, there is some problem, I think so. Like, wait a minute. Okay, also I want to show one more thing to you. There is something called as facets. These are the ways you can filter these things. For example, you can filter based upon the ASN number or domains. Okay, let's click domain. What are the things? Yeah, you can see drive.ne, SONE at Atel, like it's Sony.com, SOL, Unival, Coop, many things like it. You can filter many infinite number of ways, because like there are many number of filters you can use. Here you need to be like more clear on that what you are using and what is the outcome of these things. Okay, this is pretty much it. And like you can also search based upon like using the HTML hash. HTML hash is something I will show you line live. Okay. Okay, if you're going to the website, some HTML will be loading, right? The Shodan, what does is they are creating hashes for these and all. Or let's see that hash in here, hash value in here. See, they are passing the HTML, all those HTML, and like they'll be creating some hash value in the last. Yes. You can also search based upon this. This will be useful in some kind of situation where there will be a login page or something. It will be common across around hundreds of hosts. Then you can, what you can do is like you can just search based upon this hash value. It will be not, so you can get all the results of these same HTML page. If all of the hosts are using the same HTML in these without any change, the hash value will be probably same. So in this way, you can filter the number of hosts in this. Any questions for you? Like, I think that I have completed. Like, if you have any, if you want any other demo, like I'll show you. Or else, if you have any questions. Okay, what are the use for raw data? Yeah, the use cases for these is that you can pass the data. As I already said, you can use Shodan CLI. You can download using the Shodan. I can show you down. Okay, right now you can use the Shodan download command using the same search. If you're searching for like Sony or something here, like if you're using this keyword, you need to mention that. If you have a large scope, consider like this. You don't you cannot see all those things using a web browser or something, right? So what you can do is you can filter these things using the Shodan CLI. You can get a raw data of these things. Then you can pass it. It will be in JSON format. Okay, like if you download something using Shodan CLI, what it does is that it will be store all those things in a JSON format. You can, let's see. I'll try downloading something. Okay. Okay, let's download all the data of these things. Sony download. Let's wait. It's downloading, I think. It will be automatically downloaded in the JSON format. As I already said, this will be the format. Where is it?
Well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat section or by.
Yes, we can find subdomains through Shodan, of course. Yes. As I already said, yeah. You can filter based upon host name, I think so, like right now. Okay, like we can parse the data. Like once you download the data, it will contain all those things in a JSON format. It will be have all those domains and stuffs. It will also have the subdomains in case if the organization has a subdomain in the particular IP address. It will also automatically show there. If they said is there any limitation using Shodan? Of course, it's based upon your plan. I am using an educational plan right now. You can also get it through like login using your login using if you are using login using your educational account or something like .edu email ID, like your college email ID. Then automatically they will be giving this educational plan. So it will be more helpful to search with a high results. Okay, if you use a normal plan without any payment or something, then the results will be very much low and like they won't allow you max after some time. There will be some more number of restrictions set on the normal account. Okay, any other questions for you guys? Okay, any other questions? If you can ask in chat or like in audio also.
Guys, if you have any question, you can ask. We are going to wrap up the session today. So, okay, can we conclude? I think there are no more questions.
Yes, we can.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jayseelan, for the amazing session. I hope all the participants was benefited and learned something new. Again, participants know how a series of knowledge sharing sessions and webinar in the cybersecurity domain to educate others, spread awareness, and bring out new opportunities to beginners by WAP Chennai team. Our only goal is to bring out as many security researchers as possible and give clear guidance in the cybersecurity domain. Guys, do fill out your feedback form. And thank you everyone for joining us today. We will be conducting knowledge sharing sessions every week. Let's see you all in the next week. Do support us. Join in our Telegram group as well to get all the resources. Thank you all. Stay safe.
Okay. Also, if you have any questions, you can reach out me in the links. I'll be share the slides in the Telegram groups as well. Okay, thank you guys.
Jayseelan bro,
Yeah.
can you please upload in this video in our Telegram group?
Yeah, sure. I'll make sure
Is it
it will be
possible?
uploaded there. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's
bro.
possible.
Okay, bro. Thanks.
Okay. If you have any other
Thank you.
questions rather than that, I have given a basic understanding of all these things. If you want anything depth, if you can reach out to me or any other persons, we'll surely help you out.